He's Bill. I'm Jeannie. We're two do-it-yourselfers met on a sailboat in 1988. 3 houses and 4 boats later, we're refitting our 1998 Seahorse Oceaneer 55-foot steel trawler, Blue Sky. Welcome to our journey.
Good morning. Well, we are down here in the equipment room, and I think we need to do some cleaning up first. Yeah, we got all the stuff still spread out. Get all this stuff put up. Probably get the door covered and do a few more pieces of foam, but then we're going to turn our attention to the gen set back there, see if we can figure out why it's not working. Yeah, the one in the white case there, we're going to get the cover of it off. And then we'll start work on reclocating that, which requires moving all, well, not all that stuff, but some level of that stuff. That's kind of the plan for the day. Later. There is the door. All the pieces cut and fit within the region. Now we want to add some pins, but we got to let the pins dry overnight. So we're going to take it off and put pins on later. So there's the door turned into a porcupine. We will work on that tomorrow. There's the engine room. I don't know if you can see the hatch. We got all that taped up finally. So pretty much all of the sound insulation except for this door is in place. I got all the parts to the generator off.
Now you can see the blue generator way in there.
Started on this about a week ago, but we were waiting for some KB paint saver to show up before we opened up our paint. So anyway, I'm going to do a quick run over this with the belt sander to get it nice and fresh, then go get some alcohol, wipe it down, and then we'll put some of the rust lock on it later. Get the welding gear out, cut this lower piece out, and just replace it. Here. Yep, this is the epoxy coat.
The rust lock looks super silvery.
Yeah.
Do you think it's changed?
I don't know.
Before it was more grayish.
Right. Yesterday, got back here, took this cover off, and then figured out how this is wired. It's a parallel zigzag design, zigzag low wiring technique, and it's a 12 lead genset. When I ohmed out all of the coils, they all seem to be correct. So now I want to check the voltage from here to here and see if that is 220 like it's supposed to be. I can also go from here to here and it should be 110, and from here to here it should be 110. See if any of those voltages are showing up. Obviously, if you got 110 here but not 110 here, that means the L2 leg, the coil has gone bad, and vice versa here, and obviously that would affect the 220 there. And like I said, there also appeared like there may have been some corrosion right there. I also reseated all of these because it could be that the excitation is causing an issue, and so by reseating them, I've cleaned off a little bit of that corrosion and whatnot. Anyway, that's what we're going to do. I'll check the oil, make sure we have oil in the genset before we start it. And here's our little oil thingy. Appears to be good on oil. Yeah, could add a little bit more, but for the most part it is good. I'm pretty sure we are good on coolant. Yep, definitely got coolant. All I want you to do initially is to just put it in that position there.
Okay.
And that'll start fuel running through the little electric fuel pump. So that's putting fuel into and through the engine. It just gets dumped back into the tank. And then after about 5 seconds, we'll start. Probably going to be dead, so then we'll set up the jump starter on there, and then we'll use the jump starter to fire it up, hopefully. And I'm going to already be back there while it's running. Try to get back here again. Oh, so much fun. Okay, go ahead and put the fuel pump on. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and try to start. Yeah. Okay, turn it off. Okay, start fuel. Okay, start. It's making 40 volts when I measured it here.
So the problem's not with it?
No, the problem is with it.
Oh, you said it was making 40 volts.
It needs to be making 220.
Oh, okay. Are we done for the night?
Yeah, we're done. Later. Setting up to jump, but the first thing we're going to do is what's called flashing the generator. When a generator has sat for a long period of time, it can lose its permanent magnetism. Ours has sat almost 2 years, and so I'm hoping that is it. At least one of the symptoms is it only produces about 5 to 25% of the power, and we're producing 40 volts right now, which is 20% of our expected 220 power. So, and the process for flashing it is you take the wires off of the voltage regulator that are part of the exciter coil. They're labeled F plus and F minus, and you put negative on F minus and positive on the F plus, and then after 3 to 5 seconds you take the F minus away, and you should get an arc from that indicating that the magnetism has been restored. If not, you try doing it a few more times till you get that arc. Once I'm back there and I'm in control of the other side, Jeannie will hook the negative to yellow and the positive to green, and then I will have pulled the F minus and F plus off, and hopefully we will get an arc and power, and then if we get all that, we'll then attempt to start it and see if we now have voltage. Okay?
Okay, let's go.
Here I want to do a quick test to make sure we're getting voltage, that the jumpers are good. So I've hooked up yellow to black, red to green, and then hooked it to my probes. And I have the probes then go into the meter. And if Jeannie will now hook hers up, we should see some voltage from the battery show up.
Yellow to black and green to red.
Yep. Nope, and then we got 14.7. So now what I am going to do is in here, there is these 2 wires here. They did not individually mark the wires, so once you pull them, it'll be very easy to get them hooked up incorrectly, which would not be good.
You ready for me to hook my thing up?
Yeah. Yep. What you do.
Pinch myself.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010. Flash. Not
So,
gonna.
do I take mine off now?
Yeah, you can go ahead and take yours off. Hook these guys.
And we're gonna try to start it back up.
Yeah, as soon as I can get it plugged all back in.
You ready?
No. Okay. Okay, I need to put on the Hulkman.
Okay, keep that going.
Yeah, leave that going. Okay. So that does not appear to be the problem. I have been trying to get this back off. I think I finally have it loose enough that maybe I can get it to come off. Okay, there's the back end of the generator. Let's see if we see anything interesting in there. Oop, I think I see some stuff, interesting stuff. Of course, y'all don't have much of a light, so you can't see anything. I see a part down here. That does not look good. That's a couple of the rectifiers and wires. Oh yeah, and there's where it ripped off up there. I think that part spins because that's the shaft and that's a bearing, but yeah, I can't make it spin. Well, it's hooked to the engine right now. Man, a lot of corrosion, a lot of greenness in there. I don't know if I'll be able to get that part, 20-plus-year-old back piece. It's the rectifier board, so it looks like that would make it over that bearing, and I see a screw there and a screw there. Yeah, it looks like 3 or 4 screws hold it in place. It could be replaceable or even repairable. I'll just have to take it all apart. I'm going to take a bunch of pictures of it, make a drawing, because there's like wire numbers and stuff like that on it, so I'll figure out what everything is so that I can know exactly how everything goes back together if I have to take it apart. So
here's a Marathon Magna Plus rectifier assembly.
okay.
One for $637,
For how much?
$637.
Wow. Later.
Bill's putting the big rubber gasket back inside the engine room door.
Yeah.
Where does the tunnel part go? Against the front of the door, or?
Well, the trouble is I'm hitting the edge of the vinyl insulation. The little groove faces outwards.
So the flat part.
Goes inwards. Yeah.
I would start at the top so you have gravity holding it.
Well, but I want to start, it's supposed to be the midpoint right here.
Okay. Divide it in half.
Yeah,
Got it all in?
think so. Okay, now we'll never get back in our engine room.
It's fine with me, as long as they're running. Okay, are we done here tonight?
We are done here. There we go.
All right, later.
Cool.